So I'm going to do a little video for you on the anxiety inquiry. You can listen to this on your own and pause it throughout it when that would be useful. But you can also listen to it and kind of get the flow of how the anxiety inquiry works, so that when you want to do it on your own, practice it on your own, there will be kind of a resonance that you can connect with in a way. If you have any questions about the video, just let me know. So you've got the steps, the 5 steps, and the document. The first step is when an anxiety arises, look for the words or pictures arising, ask the pictures, this is the threat. I'm going to actually demo it in a minute, but I just want to go through the steps. The first thing is that the word threat might not be useful for you. It might be danger, doom, attack, and any word that grabs you. Threat is the general word that we give or that we use in the anxiety inquiry, but whatever kind of word is arising with you. The second one is regardless of your answer. You'll say, is that the threat? Yes or no. If it's a yes, it just means there's some Velcro there. You can drop into the body and find where are you feeling that, like what's coming with that. And when you go into the feeling of it, you're going to immediately see, is there an image of some sort there? If you get a no, you can still drop into your body just to see what's there. If you have a yes and you come into the body and you're going to see if there's any kind of imagery there, you'll then see, does the imagery have a threat on it? Does that image on its own have a threat? And then you'll just go with the yes or no. What tells you that there's a threat there? Well, the expression on the face. So you're going to kind of look at the expression on the face. Where's the threat on the expression? Well, it's in the curves of the lines. Okay, let me really look at the curves on the lines in this image in your mind's eye. Are those curves an actual threat? And if you get a yes, if you keep getting yeses, that's fine. You can kind of keep exploring the image, or you can come right back into the body. If you get a no, you're going to come right back into the body to where that originally felt like there was a threat. And then you're just going to continue sitting with that, any sense of threat or an emotion that feels threatening. You're just going to be with how that feels in the body. When you're with a sensation and it feels like it's a threat, it's just telling you that there's Velcro there. And Velcro is either going to be in words, so a story or a thought, or it's going to be a picture. And sometimes what will come are both globbed together, so like a memory. So you might hear somebody yelling and have an image of that. So it can be useful to kind of separate those two out, to just kind of hear the yelling all by itself. Okay, is the sound itself a threat? Again, whatever your answer is, yes or no, you can come into the body. If you get a no, then you can look at the picture by itself. Okay, is there a threat on the picture right now? Yes or no, drop into the body. There's lots of mining questions that can be asked as well. You can ask, and I did that in the last video, so you can ask the sensation, that feels like a threat. You can say, okay, is this wanting or needing something? Does it have something to say? Does it have something to say about me? Is it what's it referencing to? What's it pointing to? Maybe we can post in the group even a list of mining questions that you can ask a sensation as far as what the Velcro is there that you haven't seen yet, that's keeping it being perceived as a threat. So let me just do a little bit of a demo. See what's here. So as always, whenever you do an inquiry, you're going to want to just rest for a little bit. So let me just take a minute to rest. And right before this call, I was noticing, or right before this video, I was noticing something in my chest. So I'm just going to go straight there. It's pretty dissipated, but I was feeling like this push-pull sensation, and it was pretty intense. It was really, really grabbing my attention. It had like a distinct It had distinct qualities and characteristics that were really uncomfortable. So it's really different right now, and it doesn't, to me, feel so much like a threat, but I'm going to just use it anyway because it's pretty tangible to notice. So I'll just assume that it is a threat for the sake of the video. So I'm with this sensation, and I'm going to say it's a threat. And I'm going to see if there's an image. And actually, I do have an image, and you don't have to describe it. You know, I wouldn't have to describe it. I can just do it for myself, but for the sake of the video. It's like I'm seeing it's a really subtle image. So images might be subtle, and it's of a kind of like a dagger-shaped object. And really beyond that, it's what it's daggering into is really vague. I can't quite see it, but that's the image that I have. So I'm going to bring my attention away from the sensation to this image. And you can see the image however it's useful for you, either in a framed object, like an actual frame, or just a picture hanging in space, or maybe up on the wall or in your hands, however you imagine it, so you can just see the imagery itself. And then I'm going to see is that image itself a threat? And I'm going to listen to the space of the body. If I get a charge in the body, it can mean yes. If I'm looking at the image and there's really no response from that image, then it's going to be a no. So I've got a no. So I just let the image do what it does. I just bring my attention back to the sensation. And I'm going to ask the question again, is this sensation a threat in the way that it's here? So let me just say yes for sake of yes, and maybe I could get words like something bad's happening. So I can then bring again my attention to just the words themselves. I'll come back to the sensation in a minute. I'm just going to look at the words. Something bad's going to happen. So if you're an auditory type person, you might want to just listen to the sounds of the words. If you're a visual type person, you're going to want to look at the words themselves. So looking at the letters, the shapes of the letters, the spaces in and around the letters. If you're an auditory person, you can listen for the space in the sounds, or just the sounds themselves. Something bad is going to happen. I think that's what I said. So there's a little charge around bad. I can either drop right back into the chest sensation, or I can kind of get more curious about that word bad. Is that word bad itself a threat? And no, to me right now it's not a threat. So I can let that relax or do whatever it does to bring all my attention back into the chest. And at this point I'm not really getting words or pictures, but I can ask mining questions just to see if there's anything else there. And you can ask mining questions at any time. One of my favorite ones really is this sensation wanting or needing something. And I get this response to put my hand there. So I've just put my hand there. And I get to feel what that's like. You might get, what the answer to that question is going to really vary from person to person. Is this sensation wanting or needing anything? Maybe it's wanting to hear certain words like "you're okay." Maybe it's wanting just some time and attention there. Maybe it's wanting it to go away. So you're going to want to honor whatever it's telling you. It's just for sake of an example. It's saying go away. Okay, so I'm just going to feel the feeling of what that feels like, the go awayness. Okay, I want it to go away. How does it feel for it to want it to go away? You can also look at the words go away. Okay, is the words go away themselves a threat? And then you'll get either charge back in the body or not. You can also, this is going to bring in the CI question. You can also say, okay, is there a command somewhere for the sensation to go away? Does it have to go away? What's seeming to tell me that? Well, it's my thoughts telling me that. Okay. Is there a threat in that? You'll get, yes or no. For me, it's no. Come back to the sensation. You know, you might you might yourself have images, so again, you'll just look at those when they come up, and then back to the sensation. Then I'm just going to ask another minding question. Is this sensation saying anything? Actually, I'm not getting anything from that. Does it have something to say? Is it protecting something? Is it guarding something? That kind of got my attention, so I'm just going to sit with it for a minute just to see what's there. Okay, and I'm just drawing it, my attention's now going to my breath that's flowing in and out through that sensation. So I'm just going to follow this movement. There's a movement here with the sensation, and I'm just going to study the movement. Is the movement a threat in any way? I don't have a yes to that, so I'm just going to let the movement be as it is. Another question that can be really useful in an anxiety inquiry is it okay that the sensation's here? That will automatically kind of tell you if it's a threat or not. If you get a no, there's kind of a subtle sense of a threat in some way. So I can ask that question, is it okay that it's here? And I have a yes, it's fine that it's here. Another minding question, does something need to be different in this moment? No. I had another minding question that came. What was that? What if the sensations were to stay forever? Would that be okay? And I have a yes to that. You might, if you have a no, then you just feel what comes with that. You'll have words or maybe an image, maybe a different kind of sensation. So you're just going to let your attention go to where it does, and then see what is the actual threat in whatever it is that shows up. So that's the anxiety inquiry. You can open your eyes at any time when you're self-facilitating. So if you notice a sense of a threat and you want to kind of do this inquiry after resting, you can keep the eyes open. Maybe you close your eyes and it increases the sense of threat, and that's just a little bit too much for you to do on your own. So you can open the eyes, you can see, okay, there's no harm coming to me. And then let me feel how the sense of threat is being experienced in this moment. And then you can go, okay, I've got this and this is happening, and okay, and there's no harm coming to me. Is this experience as it is right now in this chair? Is it okay, or is it a threat? And again, you'll get whatever data you get. You'll get your words, your pictures, a kind of particular kind of sensation, maybe a charged sensation. And then you'll again explore to see if those words, images, or sensations are an actual threat. Another minding question that can be useful is it doing harm to me right now? So it might, these sensations, they seem like they are. So whatever, if it seems like yes, you just go with that. But you can also say, okay, so it seems like it's doing me harm. How is it doing me harm right now? I see no harm's coming to me. It's a charge. It feels threatening. Okay, what is there harm coming to me? And there's never a right or wrong response. So you might say, well, intellectually, I know there's no harm to me, but it really feels like there is. So you just stay with what feels true to you. Also, at any time, if this seems to be too much to do on your own, you can not only open your eyes, but you can really feel the hands, the placement of the hands, the palms and the backs of the hands. You can breathe down into the lower belly, into the pelvic floor, and to feel your body's form in the form of the chair that you're sitting in, really tangibly and viscerally. And you can feel the feet on the floor, or you can feel the feet on the floor. And let your, continue to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, the sense of threat, doom, danger, attack, whatever. And notice the space of the body in these different ways. And then the last thing that I use usually first is breath. So when you're doing self-inquiry, you want to use the breath throughout to connect into the space of the body. And the breath can also, of course, we know that breath is always only happening in the present. I can't breathe in the past. I can't breathe in the future. So breath can kind of come in, help us come into the present moment. And when you again open your eyes and you connect into the hands, pelvic floor, feet, and you're connecting to the breath as well, that can kind of help stabilize the system when there's a sense of overwhelming threat. It just feels a bit too much to inquire on your own. So yeah, use those resources and those tools to meet your present moment, and just play around with it, see what it's like. Feel free to write about it in the group or send me a message if that's useful. And okay, thanks.